Welcome everybody to the Birok RC show. As usual, I'm your host, Bob Rock. This is a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. Welcome once again, and welcome to the final episode of season 3 of the Birok RC show. Um, so we're nearing the end of the year, and things are getting a little bit busy at the moment. So I don't think I'll be able to do justice to any of the shows anymore. So hence, I think it's been it's been a hell of a year. So I think I also need a bit of a break from everything. Time to reset. Time to refocus, recenter, and get myself back in action again, and then bring you guys a much better looking show. I think from next year, I think we're definitely gonna see a better show. So I hope you guys will join in on the adventure. Okay, so we got one viewer here. Welcome, one viewer, whoever you are. Hope you are doing well. So we're just gonna hang out a little bit, keep things a little bit very casual right now, because just want to wait for a few more people to come in. Aha, we have 3 now. Yay! Let me just let me just share the live video. So if you guys don't mind, you could also share the live video. If I'm a bit soft, please let me know. Show has begun. Please join in. Yay! Today is Monday, huh? Yeah, today is Monday. Let's see, who do we have? Yo, Eddie, what's happening, man? Thanks so much for joining in. Really appreciate it. Uh, so we had a few viewers just now, and then people seem to have disappeared. Nonetheless, we're not too fussed up about that. We're still very much appreciative of everybody that joins in, at, even if it's for a few minutes. We really appreciate it. Show is live. Sorry guys, I'm just sharing the live, sharing the show. So for the final episode, um, there's so much that's been going on in the world of RC drifting that yeah, man. I think I covered quite a bit of what's going on. So we'd like to just take the today's episode is just going to be more, like I said, a very casual show today. We're going to be recapping quite a bit of uh, what's been happening throughout the year, and also I'd love to get some more interaction from you guys, hear your thoughts, get to know what's on your guys' mind. Let's see if this one works. Please let me know if this works. I'm gonna activate a poll. You know, activate the poll so viewers can vote. Okay, I activated it. If you can, you can. You can't, I don't know what the hell is going on. We keep on trying with this thing and it never seems to work for some strange reason. So you know what? I'm just going to check my. I'm going to check it on my side. Let me. Oh, here we go. I'm going to put a yes. So it did kind of work. It came up on my phone the moment I clicked on the live. Ah, interesting. Let's see. We have another. It worked for me. Excellent, excellent. Very happy to hear that. Thank you so much, Eddie. At least I know it's working. So, like I said, we wanna recap. We wanna do a recap of the year. Um, for this season, there hasn't been many episodes. We're sitting on episode 17. I might just make just one more episode to round it off to 18, because I have a little bit of an OCD with with odd numbers, so I might just do one more episode and just round it off with 18 episodes. But yeah, compared to the previous seasons where we had like 20 plus episodes, it's uh, it's been quite a year. It's been quite a hectic year for myself, especially. And I think for RC drifting, it's it's definitely been an exciting year. We've seen so many new products being released, new chassis being released. We've seen events come back, dedicated competitions come back, and I think that's fantastic. So it definitely seems as though 2023 is going to be a bumper year for RC drifting, where people are really going to make a very strong comeback. We've seen the likes of our major manufacturers coming out with or producing new chassis like Yokomo. Uh, uh, well, not so much with the Overdose, but they have released new upgrades, new chassis plates. Then we've got RevD, who was obviously we know has released a new chassis, but it's still to be officially released, and we're going to get into that a little bit later. And then MST with there's been a few products from MST that have been that they have released, and also one product in particular was meant to um, was meant to be released, but it hasn't as yet. I think no, sorry, I'm mistaken. It's actually the MRX with a very complex gearing system. We still are awaiting some more reviews, some more user reviews. Hopefully, we'll get some of that soon. Definitely gonna look forward to that. One of them being Ben Clinton from the UK. I definitely want to talk to him about it. I know he's one of the guys with the new MRX, and I'd just like to get um, his view about the this new product, this new chassis from MST. Is it everything that it was hyped up to be? Him being an MST uh, fan. I won't say fanboy. Fanboy has a negative connotation to it. So him being a big MST fan, I think he'd be a very good source to go to find out, is it everything that it's all hyped up to be. Let's see. So Eddie says, I know the SDC in the US is getting half a dozen or so more regions added to it. Hyped that Steve and Joey came out to Arizona to slide with us at the Bubble Battlegrounds. Yes, I've seen some posts about that actually today. I was a little bit busy, so I couldn't really dive a hell of a lot into it. But yes, I did see that they did make themselves available. They traveled out to that comp, so it's quite nice to see Steve and Joey get out and you know uh, just relax and drift a little bit compared to what they usually do, because they are usually in the shop servicing customers, or they are busy hosting their own competitions there. So it's nice to see that they are also getting some time to travel. And by the looks of things, I think even for them, 2023 looks like they're gonna be much bigger for the national series that they host, and at the end of the year, I think, or should I say around October, they've already set the dates for the US Nationals, so that's gonna be interesting. I would absolutely love to be there, and you never know, maybe I might pop by there. I don't know. Depending on how things go in the coming year, it's going to be a bit of a rough year, but crazy things have happened, so we'll just have to see how that goes. It was so good to see them actually drift and not have to run everything. Yes, definitely, and I think for them as well, they would have very relaxed and very much at ease, and you would have probably found it a lot easier to go up and talk to them because uh, they they are now part of the yeah, they are now part of the event and not behind the scenes organizing the event. I think even for, I've noticed that for myself, when I did or hosted the competitions and host events, I try and engage with the people that come up to me as much as possible in the best possible way. However, sometimes it's so difficult because as an event organizer or the main person involved or heading up the event, you gotta you're constantly worried about so many different things. So it's difficult. Um, so yeah, bro, I want to say thank you for joining in from the beginning. It looks like it's gonna be a bit of a quiet show this episode. For the final episode, I'm a little bit sad about it. I wish there were more viewers out there to watch the final episode. But it is what it is. We're not gonna stop. We're gonna take it as it is, and we're just gonna keep going. Hey, what's up, David? Thank you for joining in, man. Dude, we would love to have you, man. I genuinely and sincerely hope that somehow something comes to light and I'm able to be there. But I will keep everybody uh, in in the loop. Okay, so I have a goal that I'm trying to reach as well. I'm trying to get to 500 followers. At the moment, I'm on 466. So I'm just going to share this to the the live as well. 466 of 500. I'm right there, guys. I am right there. So close. So, okay, since it's just the three of us, that's what it's that it looks like. Anything you wanna chat about, Eddie, or maybe David? Let's see. David says MST MRX. I must admit, it does look like quite it looks like a beautiful chassis. I'd love to get my hands on it, um, get to feel it, get to drive it a little bit, see what it's all about. Is it really that good? Uh, it's going to be very difficult to see that chassis here in SA, to be honest, because we mostly drive, uh, if not only, yeah, no, I could say we mostly drive the Yokomo chassis here. So the biggest two brands here in SA is Yokomo and REVD. There is some MST guys there, and there is a few Overdose GAM guys, including myself. However, we don't run the GAM because, and we have the version 1 GAM. And as you know, version 1 GAM, you definitely need some of those upgrades to be competitive with the YD2. So yeah, look, it is what it is. Unfortunately, Overdose is very expensive, and it's too expensive for the South African market. That's I have to put it bluntly and straightforward like that, unfortunately, but that's the reality. Nevertheless, we still remain. I won't say hopeful, but we still remain committed, and we still love drifting. Time to time, we take out those Overdose chassis and we have a go at it. But when it comes to competition, yeah, it's a Yoko and RevD all the way. Eddie says, "What are thoughts on the upcoming Overdose collaboration? I'm a GAM driver with Zach and Ben here in Arizona." Um, and when you say Overdose, oh, you mean Overdose and Team Curiosity, or should I say Overdose and Rhinomax? I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see what they come up with and what are they collaborating with. If if I think I know Overdose the way I think I know them, I doubt it's going to be something completely new in terms of a chassis. I think it's more going to be along the lines of a conversion kit for the GARM, and perhaps a few upgrade parts for that for the GARM or for that conversion kit. But yeah, I don't think Overdose will want to allow Rhinomax to or to collaborate with them to make one completely different or completely new Overdose chassis. I really don't think so. Rhinomax has already proved themselves with their chassis, the version one and version two chassis that they have, and then also most recently with the Shark conversion kit. That is, from what I've seen, it's magnificent. People are doing really well with the chassis. The performance has definitely upped, and beautiful kit. You can't fault them at all. Yeah, Overdose is very price restrictive. Yeah, look, the second-hand market for Overdose is, I'd say it's definitely affordable. However, at the same time, it's still a little bit pricey. But definitely not for the SA market, unfortunately. Uh, we just we can't afford it, straight up. David says very expensive for MST Overdose and Yokomo, but the RevD RDX will be more cheaper from the rest. Not so true, David. MST and Yoko is actually quite affordable here in SA. I can't recall the company. Yes, I would love to see a belt-driven version of the CLSD. Wow. Dude, can I just give you a little bit of info here? So, at this year's RCDC comp, I think it was the final in Japan. Uh, the driver, I think his name was Takumi-san. I think that's his name. He won the RCDC with a top line converted YD2, or the top line conversion kit for the YD2, and this top line kit also included the um, the belt conversion kit for the YD2. I think it's, they call it an anti-torque. Yeah, I think it's an anti-torque what, but it's a top line belt conversion kit, the whole rear of the, the diff and whatever. So you can add the CLSD into that and then still run the belt conversion kit, because well, I mean, the CLSD is just the diff. So combine that with the top line conversion kit. There you go. So you can give that a try. Um, that's wild, man. I would love the belt drive on my GARM. I actually have. I think on my GARM is the belt. Yeah, I've got the standard kit is the belt drive. It's belt driven, um, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's okay-ish, I suppose. I'd love to get a ball diff on it though, and try out a ball diff on the GARM. I think that'll be really cool. So I see we have more viewers. Thank goodness we got a few more viewers. To all of you who have just joined in, thank you very much. I'm your host Bob Rock, and this is the B Rock RC Show, a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. Welcome to the penultimate. It might be penultimate, or it might be the last episode of this season of the B-Rock RC show. So welcome, thank you for joining. I'm glad to have you guys here. We were just chilling and having just a casual chat. I was just taking questions from Eddie and just uh, just making conversation, because I was waiting for a few more guys to join in so we can have a better conversation about what I really wanted to talk about this in today's episode. So, picking up from where we left off, I'm going to go on to yeah, just a couple of things about the new products that we see coming out. So, firstly, rumor had it that Overdose was going to be releasing a new setup board, and as you all know, the first lot of World Overdose setup boards went for, and I mean, it disappeared off the map, and then whichever ones are slowly coming, slowly appearing on eBay, on Facebook Market, is going for top dollar. Overdose has made a name for themselves for being not just high end, high quality products, but also highly collectible products. So you got to give them some credit for creating that vibe, creating that atmosphere, and that creating that what's the word I'm looking for, man? Um, Creating that thing, creating that thing where you want to, you really want to collect their products. Damn, I can't remember that word I want to use. But anyway, yeah, you got to give them credit for creating this whole scenario where people are just like climbing over each other to get the Overdose products. I think they've a lot of people have caught up with that now, and besides that, COVID really did a number on that business model. So, but big up to them. So it turns out that rumor about Overdose producing a new uh, setup board may just be true. I've seen from a couple posts here and there, a little bit cryptic, a little bit not so out there, but I've seen that, yeah, most likely that's going to be the case. They are going to produce some more setup boards. Knowing Overdose, they're going to produce a limited number of setup boards. So, guys, if it does come up and you do see it and you have the money, I would suggest get it. It's highly collectible, increases in value, 5, 10 years time, whatever it is, you'll definitely get your return on that setup board. I mean, the guys with the original Overdose setup boards, you will know how much those boards can fetch. So yeah, all the best to you guys. Good luck. Next thing I want to talk about, Yokomo. Guys, we're seeing another trend from Yokomo coming through. As you know, they recently released the MD1, which is a beautiful, high performance, I would like to say well thought out chassis. Good friends of mine, Vivian, Richard, and Cisco already have these chassis in their possession. Vivian, as you know, he posted a couple of videos of him running his chassis, and this thing looks like an absolute beast. And I have no doubt that in the coming year, this chassis is something that we're going to see rising up to the top. It's definitely proving to be an extremely high competitive chassis, and whoever gets their hands on it and is able to tune it just right for their driving style, you're definitely going to be a threat in any competition. So big up to Yokomo on doing something quite new. um, well, I shouldn't say quite new, I should say mostly new, but thankfully moving away from the YD2 series. So very happy to see that. Even though I mean they called it the MD1, but you know, semantics. So we won't worry too much about it. Now, with that being said, you know, we gotta wonder whether they are returning back to the shenanigans. What do I mean? Well, let me put it to you this way. Not long after they released the MD1, they then released the SD1, and then most recently they released an RD1. So we've got three versions of this of a very similar. Oh, I won't say very similar. The two similar chassis are the MD and the SD. The RD1, I think that's just a for me, and I'm going to be a little bit critical here of Yokomo, but by all means, it's not it's not to put them down. It's just a little bit of constructive criticism, if you will. So the RD one is actually, when you look at it, it looks like it's based off a YD2 S series, E or S series, with the RD gearbox. There are some things that are a little bit different, like the bridge connecting the gearbox to the top deck. It actually swaps around. So depending on whether you run the low or high motor, then you can change uh, that bridge link between the gearbox and the top deck, so you can run both. So I say okay. That's pretty cool. Um, but other than that, the style and everything is same, the YD2 series. So you gotta ask yourself, like, what exactly are they doing there with the RD one? Chebo says my RC has a 2J in it. Dude, you know what? If I Yeah, I'll show you some pictures sometime, because we have a few guys who actually put a scaled 2J motor in the RC car. It's not a working motor. It's a scale model of it, but it looks super realistic. Um, oh, okay. I see you. I don't know why I got sent a picture of myself, but anyway, yeah, man. So yeah, that's the main parts coming from Overdose and from Yokomo. The poll, I'm not sure if the poll is still up, but yeah, we're asking if Kim Grande is definitely going to make a comeback to the Biro. I mean, the Biro. Is he making a comeback to RC drifting? We've got to ask that. Let's see. Why can't I change the bit rate? Keeps on asking me something about the bit rate and what. It's kind of annoying. The keyframe rate is too low. I don't know what the hell that means. Keyframe rate. I need to look into that, but we'll see what happens. Hey Daniel, what's happening, Daniel? Thanks so much for joining in, bro. Hey, hi from Toon Crew. I'm gonna pin that. Actually, no, I'm gonna pin this comment from my bro because it looks so funny. I'm gonna say hi to you. Thanks for joining in, Daniel. Really appreciate it. Good to see you here. I know it's a bit of a quiet episode this time around, because it is the yeah, I think I'm gonna make it. It's gonna be the season finale for the Birok RC show. Um, Definitely gonna be the final episode, and we're gonna pick this up next year, and you're gonna see a whole different Birok RC show. Perhaps similar to what we've seen earlier in the year. I'm hoping to get back to that and improve on that. But yeah, it's gonna be very much different. So I hope you guys will still stick around and enjoy the new content that I will be bringing you guys. Um, so let's go to news from overseas in terms of competition. So over the weekend we had the Sweden RC Drift Challenge, and a lot of good friends that I keep in touch with have competed in that competition, and they did quite well. So your top three for the Sweden RC Drift Challenge is: in first place we got Dennis Bune. Well done, Dennis. Congrats. In second place we got Joachim Molborn. Dude, if I butchered your name, please forgive me and tell me how to pronounce your name properly. And then in third place, we got Casper Winterhoch. I hope I said your name right there as well. So those are your top three for the Sweden RC Drift Challenge. Well done to everybody that's also entered into that competition, and congrats to the winners there. Um, Now, obviously, I can't mention drift competitions without mentioning my own home country, of course. Unfortunately, this year in my town, we didn't have a league this year. We've just been through so much of trouble and turmoil, and then in between, I moved home. I moved into my own home now, and it was still busy recovering from a whole bunch of stuff. So it's been difficult to organize competitions um, on a regular. So next year we're definitely going to be doing these comps again, making it more regular, and then it's going to be much more fun. Um, EDC is our premium RC drifting venue in the country at the moment, based in Johannesburg and in a little town called uh, Edendale. Yes, Edendale. EDC is founded by Richard Shee, uh, Kevin, Vivian. Those are the names off the top of my head, and a whole lot more. Quite a few more guys have all come together to produce one of the best looking tracks, I would definitely say, around the world. Beautiful, beautiful track. I'd definitely put it up there uh, in my top 10 drift tracks around the world. Beautiful stuff. I know they are constantly improving on the track, but it's nice to see that we have at least one beautiful premium drift track in the country. So they have a very highly competitive league that's been going on for the whole year, and recently they ended off their league with another nail-biting final. All of these guys are my friends, are my brothers, and they're super super talented. So the finals was held a couple of weeks ago, but over the weekend they held just a casual social drift and a prize giving. Uh, so to take the win for the year, in first place we had Llewellyn. Now Llewellyn is a very very close friend of mine. He's also the guy that co-founded the East Coast RC Drift Club with me, and due to work and stuff, he had to move over to Johannesburg, and now I see he's doing incredibly well there, and I couldn't be more proud of him. So he took the lead this year in a very close second place. We got my other brother, Vivian, who's been extremely uh, competitive this year and taking multiple wins and coming in close and then having a little bit of a dip, but definitely picking himself up and finishing off the year strong. Like I said, very close second place. And then in third place, we got another really good friend of mine, another brother named by the name of Darren. He took a long sabbatical from RC drifting, and then I think this year he came back fully into RC drifting. And to see him take third place is just so inspiring, man. He's one of the first guys I met when I started drifting, and he's also old school. Comes from the old game, so from all-wheel drive to CS, and then and now to rear-wheel drive. So huge congrats to those three guys, Llewellyn, Vivian, and Darren, for finishing off the year in first, second, and third place, and also to all of the drifters out there at Edendale for doing a fantastic job and always being so consistent and entering the competitions. And the biggest shout out to Richard Shee for making this all happen and being the main driving force behind the competitions and the main organizer. He actually removed himself from competing so that he can uh, better focus on the organization side. He's also our main go-to guy for all RC drifting gear, everything RC drifting in SA. He's the main go-to guy. So just want to give a big shout out to Richard for bringing us the best of the best and always accommodating all us drifters in there. If you guys do want to check him out, you can go to his website, donsday.co.za. This is completely from my side. I'm not at all associated with Donsday. I'm not getting anything from them. This is just me supporting my bro. As I usually said, and I've said in many other episodes, hashtag local is lekker. Always support your local hobby shop before looking overseas. So that will ensure longevity and growth in the community. So I want to go to the uh, comments. Only two comments anyway. Hey, what's up, George? Thanks for joining in, man. Aloha, Zach. Thanks for joining in, bro. How's things out there? You doing well? Good to see you in the comments here, man. Look, it's not going to be a long episode. That was actually that was actually the last thing, one of the last things I wanted to talk about on today's final episode of the Birok RC Show, Season 3. It's just the last episode of Season 3. I will be back in the new year with a much better looking podcast. And you will see. It's going to be a whole lot better. So thank you for joining in. Whoever has joined in, I really, really appreciate it. If you guys have just joined in, welcome. Welcome to the live podcast. It's a live podcast by a drifter for the drifters. I even forgot my own tagline. It's a live podcast for the drifters by a drifter. My apologies. Let's see who we got here. Who we got? Okay, so before we end off, let's have a chat. Do you guys have any other questions for me? The, uh, I know Eddie posted quite a few really, really good questions, so much appreciated. Anybody else? Would you like to ask me anything? The floor is yours. Ask away. Ask me anything you like. Does anybody want to know anything? Can I be of assistance to anybody? Um, is anybody going to invite me over to their place to to drift? I'm just checking my notes here to see if anybody has anything else to say. Let's see. Let's see. No, nothing. Okay, cool. So we got 7 viewers. Thank you, 7 viewers. You guys are awesome. I've got some analytics a little earlier, and it seems to be going quite decently on the tube. So thank you to all you guys who've been who subscribed. Once again, I must make a small appeal to you. I'm trying to get to 500 followers. We're currently on 466. So I'm just going to share this to the stream again. Zach says, "You're always welcome at Battlegrounds, brother." Yeah, I'm trying to get myself overseas, man. Trying to get myself into one of the competitions there. I know you guys would obviously be very chilled at having me there, but it's just to get myself there. Yeah, it's a bit of a mission at the moment, but we will try. We will try and get there. So, any other questions? Or perhaps, does anybody have anything you want to talk about, or would you like me to expand upon Bob's USRC Tour 2023? Oh, dude, that'll be epic, epic. But I mean, the US is so big. I'll need like 2 or 3 months to tour to tour all the drift tracks. I mean, go from where is it? Um, Ohio, Seattle, Arizona, Cali, LA, New York, just to travel to all those different tracks. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna need like a couple of months just to travel. And of course I gotta see all the pros. So gotta go to Dory Lounge, and then like Zach said, I gotta come to Battlegrounds, gotta see the Team Bubble Milk boys. Then how can I not go to Super G? I gotta go to Super G, and then I gotta visit GGT as well. So there's so many people to visit. But it'll be cool. I think it'll be a very very cool tour. Eddie says we need to make that happen. Oh yes, for sure, man. We definitely gonna make that happen. Daniel says come to Germany. It's smaller than than the years. Oh, dude, a Euro tour would be pretty cool. Maybe hit Tori Circuit slash Tenoshi Circuit there in Netherlands. Go to Germany. Tour in the UK. There's so many to tour in the UK. And then let's see where else. Um, Spain. I gotta go to Portugal as well. Um, I don't see anything in Greece. I'm just trying to think. Let's see. Czechoslovakia, maybe to see Yeda, to see the Yeda boys. I think that'll be nice. Let's see who else. Who else? I'm trying to go through my notes here because all those tracks I've been to. Oh, Switzerland. Jeez, how can I not? How can I forget about Switzerland? Gotta go to Switzerland. Um, yeah, Portugal, Belgium, Germany. Let's see. Why am I forgetting all the Drift Palace? Yes, Drift Palace. I gotta go to Drift Palace. Probably used to tour Europe for a month. Oh man, I think if I have to tour Europe, I'm probably gonna need a longer time than being in the US. Probably like 6 months or something. But a month sounds really really cool. Just like 2 3 days here and there, and then just drift, and then yeah, be a bit like Timmy Woo, just hitting all the tracks here. Oh, that would be so cool, man. You know what? Funny enough, I think I'd want to come there during the winter. I know it gets like super cold, but I've never I've never experienced the snow before. I know that sounds weird, but I've never seen snow. I've never experienced it. I've never felt it, touched it, let it melt and got wet from the snow and whatever. So it'll be nice. I'm sure Europe looks really, really cool under the snow during the winter times. It'll be so cool. But yeah, guys. So definitely, and I want to thank you for the invites. As much as I want to say I accept, um, I can't say that I accept because I'm not even sure if I can even make it there. So we'll I'll just say thank you very much for the invites, and I will definitely at some point make my way to you guys. Definitely. Let's see. I thought I would try and do a recap of this year. So maybe perhaps I'll just go through my notes and we do a quick recap. So please bear with me and also join in. Let's see. We started off the year talking about uh, the current state of RC drifting around the world. I think that was just coming out of where when things were starting to normalize after COVID, and then with things being the rules being relaxed. Whoa, what is that? Relaxed a little bit. Um, then we talked about some of the more heartwarming stories about the RC drifting community. I know, like myself, I got tons of stories in there, and we even called our RC drifting a therapy of sorts. Mm, I think Yeah, I think in some way we can definitely describe RC drifting as a form of therapy. Mm, then we talked about MST and their new gearbox design. That, if in hindsight, that was actually talking about the MRX, and this was in January when we spoke about it. Wow, there's so much. Wow, there is a hell of a lot of here. Yeah, we even spoke about the Rev D RDX, and so the Revo X, sorry, the new gyro, and after so many months, it finally got released. Hectic, hectic. Uh, I still think that a while ago, I still think that we spoke about body roll movement, and I definitely think that's something that we're gonna see coming through in the coming year. Definitely, maybe not so prevalent, but we're definitely gonna see this body roll movement coming through. George says you're more than welcome to RC Drift Palace in Switzerland. You can have as much noise. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Thank you. I know I'd love to visit Switzerland. Um, maybe, Sweden as well. I think I'd love to visit Sweden. Know we got some friends out there. Uh, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. It hasn't been a very not our usual exciting episodes that we've had, and I wish it was a bit more episodes because I wish we had a few more viewers. But sometimes these things they don't always work out the way you want them to work out, and I'm just still grateful that I'm able to do this for a third year in a row, for a third season. I think it's definitely helped keep my sanity going. It's definitely helped me keep motivated. I love this. Thank you guys for voting on the poll. Should Kim Grande make a comeback to RC Drifting? It's a resounding yes. So Kim Grande, if you are listening to this, brother, you are now obligated to come back to RC drifting. It doesn't have to be competition, but you are uh, obligated, and you are. Damn, what's the word? I'm so bad with my language today. Uh, Not commanded, not requested. Um, oh man, why do the words not come to me now? I'm usually much better at this. But anyway, be that as it may, Kim Grande, you are summoned. There we go. Summoned to us back to RC drifting from now. You are summoned and you are obligated to come back to RC drifting. So we want to see you back. It's a resounding request. Compelled, yes. It compelled everything, the whole works, all of it. He has to make a comeback now. Uh, and I think everybody's just gonna absolutely love having Kim Grande back, man. He has to come back. So thank you to everybody who's voted in on the poll there. You guys are awesome, fellow drifters, friends, brothers, maybe even a couple sisters, whoever's watching there. I just to close off the final episode of this season of the Bureaucracy Show. I just want to I want to thank each and every one of you who has visited my episodes, my podcast at any time, whether it's been for 3 seconds or you've been there for the entire uh, length of the Bureaucracy Show. I just want to really thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart for joining in and showing your support in that way to my show, and then just keeping me going. So every little interaction, every word, every comment that you guys say, either live or offline, really means a lot to me. And it, like I said, it gives me the motivation to keep doing the podcast. I think I am one of the first guys to do strictly an RC drifting podcast, if I'm not mistaken. To think, and just thinking back from where I started, with it being just an audio only podcast in my car driving home, an hour drive from where I used to work. It just makes me laugh because the sound of the cars and the road and the wind and everything, and then I'm not even bothered by it, and just doing the podcast and having so many of you join in and give me beautiful constructive criticisms and your feedback, and that's all helped me get to where I am. And every all of the advice and everything that you guys have mentioned, I'm taking that and gonna put it and involve the podcast even more. So next season, like I said again, it's gonna be a whole lot better, and I hope you guys will still stick with me on this journey. So massive shout out to all the OGs that have been sticking with me, sticking with the podcast. Guys like Robnik, Bob Dolly, Bob and Seb, guys like Young Clooney, who's actually been there from the beginning, from even before the beginning. And then obviously all of my friends here in SA, you guys know who you are. Llewellyn, Vivian, Richard, Kevin, um, Cisco, all the boys down in Cape Town, all the guys in Durban, all the guys in Joburg. If I've left out your name, please forgive me. And also my other brothers from my PUBG clan, who also time to time come and read in. So all of you guys who you've been there and you've helped shape the podcast. Hey, even Wolf, absolutely, yeah, man. Even Wolf has been there for the longest time. Thank you, Wolf, for joining in. At least I made it to the last minute. Yes, yes, most definitely. You still there's still a bit of time for the final episode, and I'm just saying my final words about the podcast before we close up this season. Also, big shout out to all the sponsors from the past years, guys like DS Racing, One Up Racing, Asia Tees, RC Mart. Um, every person that's given me the opportunity to represent them and represent their brand, you have no idea how grateful I am and how much it meant to me that you gave this little boy, this little guy out of nowhere, from a little, a not so little town in Durban, South Africa, just a chance to make my mark on the international, on the global scene of RC drifting, and I hope that I can continue to become an ambassador for other brands out there. Maybe maybe not now, maybe in the future. I'm hoping that I can partner up with more of you guys to bring to grow your brand and also expand the brand. Um, and who else? Also, I gotta give a big shout out to my family, to my wife, and my kids for giving me the space to do this hobby and also to do this podcast. Whenever I shoot the podcast, they don't ever bother me, they don't ever disturb me, they give me my space and my time, and I'm very much appreciative of that. I don't know why I'm sounding so low on energy. Maybe I need to eat. But guys, genuinely, it's been an honor and it's been a privilege to do these shows for you. And I hope that I haven't been too boring. And I hope that in between I've given you guys some really good things to think about, and hopefully To all the new guys, I've given you something also to think about, to expand on, to learn, to implement, to share. I'm a strong believer in that knowledge is useless if you don't pass it along. So, in my journey, I've tried my best to pass on whatever I've learned in RC drifting to everybody else, whoever's interested in it. And I continue to do so. And like I said, I'm a strong believer in passing on knowledge. At the same time, one of my objectives for the podcast is also to put my people up. And by my people, I mean all of you. And by putting up, I mean giving you guys your credit, your recognition, your accolades, uh, giving you the platform and a space for you to be credited and recognized for your talents and for everything that you do and everything that you are. And I hope in the coming season of the B-Rock RC show, I'm hoping to do that some more and be more effective with the way I do it. Uh, yeah. So once again, thank you all very very much for sticking with me on this journey through RC drifting and the B-Rock RC show. You guys are absolutely awesome. You are the real MVPs, and you are the reason I do it. Even though uh, it's just a few of you who get to watch the podcast live. You are the real MVPs, and I really do it for you guys. So thank you once again for joining in on the B-Rock RC show. And lastly, um, sure, what can I say? Lastly, yeah, I'm just hoping to be just a better RC drifter, man. And I've mentioned it so many times. I'm like inept. I'm not technical at all. I do everything by feel. If it feels good, if it feels good to me, then I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, done. Uh, uh, I try to be technical, but sometimes I just don't get these things. Perhaps it's because I don't pay more attention to it. Perhaps not. I don't know. But yeah, I'm hoping to just be an all-round better drift guy for you all, for all you guys, and try and lead by example. uh, yeah, so that's me, guys. Thank you once again for joining in on this episode and the final episode of the B-Rock RC show for season 3. I must reiterate that it's not the last show ever. It's the final show for season 3 of the B-Rock RC show. I want to wish all of you well. Keep safe. Please keep in contact with me. Watch the pages. Watch the show. I'll try and update or I'll definitely keep the page alive, sharing info from manufacturers as I usually do, and then also sharing your events and stuff on the page. Yeah, don't forget to click the notifications, like, subscribe, and all of those things there. Hoping to see all of you next year again. Have a safe holiday, and whoever's celebrating Christmas, like well, I wish you well over the holidays and wish you well for the festivities. Um, yeah, man. Take care, guys. See you all again next year on the B-Rock RC Show Season 4. Need to pick up my hand some more. Jeez, 4. Um, and hopefully by then I would have better organized merch and little goodies for the B-Rock RC show, which I can share with all you guys. So once again, take care, all you lovely people. Stay safe. Uh, Regards to all your family. And next year, when I'm back, let's discuss the tours in Europe and US and wherever else. I'd love to be there with you guys. So take care, guys. Peace.